Hi everyone, this is vlog number 2 and we're going to talk about character development today. My book consists of three main characters. There's Liam Scott, there's Michael Cruz, and there's Jayda Price. Um, as far as character development goes, I feel it's always best when an author is able to prolong the character's development throughout the novel. I want to pick up the book and I want to see that this is the physical description of the character, but throughout the book, I want you to add this or add that. And I also like for their person to be able to grow throughout the novel. I don't want to see a whole person in chapter one. I always like to see a person who has some kind of somewhere to go, some goal or aspiration to reach. Not a physical goal, but some emotional goal or something of that sort. And to go further into that, I'll talk about Liam, Jayda, and Michael and their personal goal. Liam is a 32-year-old businessman who has been harboring a secret for the last 20 years. Well, once he meets Jayda and he develops feelings for her, the only way he can confess his feelings for her is to reveal this 20-year-old secret, which it's enough to make her walk away, not for the simple fact that it's a horrible secret, but for the simple fact that he's hid it from her and she's the main person in his life. She's closer to him than he is to his twin sister. And the secret is entwined in such a way that it makes him vulnerable, it makes him raw, and it makes this physically perfect guy imperfect to a fault. And you get to go deeper into that throughout the novel through therapy sessions, through his interaction with his family, his interactions with Jayda. Um, Once his secret is revealed, you get to see the consequences of not his secret, but what his secret has done to him over the 20 years and how those issues can come back and bite him in the ass, basically. And then there's Jayda, and she doesn't have that secret, but she has this one problem that has plagued her over the course of the last five or 7 years, depending on what part of the story you're in. In the prologue, it's new to her. Her issue is still pretty. Her wound is pretty fresh. It's about 3 years after an incident occurred that has made her pick up and leave home and not go back. I mean, it's her weakness, and it's because she is this tender-hearted, all or nothing type person, and I think that's why she's so accepting of Liam, even though she can clearly see that he's wounded. She's accepting of him, and she nurtures him in a way that makes it easier for him to reveal his secret. But then you always have to have your antagonist, and Michael Cruz plays the antagonist in this story. And I think that my goal with him was to build him in such a way that you didn't hate him, because the book started completely different title, complete different synopsis. Jayda was, the beautiful girl next door type of woman who both Liam and Michael desired at one point. But over the course of 18, 20 months, the storyline has completely evolved, and he has become the good antagonist, because you can see deep down that he's this good guy and that he too is battling some issues of his own. Though his issues aren't as complex as Liam's are, I think it still gives you the opportunity to bond with him and to secretly root for him, even though you're still rooting for Liam. You're rooting for Michael to also find his way. And I think a big part of character development for me has been to know the character's end game. It's always good for me to know the beginning of a story and the end of a story, and to develop the meat based on that. And I think this story has taken a lot of twists and turns when I was able to realize that I can't outline. I can't sit and outline 20 some odd chapters and expect my writing to follow that outline to a T. I think that's where I got hung up, and that's what's taken me 20 months to really develop the book into what it is now. And that also stems from the changing of who these characters were and who they've become. I think Michael has developed the most over the course of my writing process. He was not a likable person in the beginning, and there was this one point where I actually hated him, and that's when I had to change. I couldn't write him that way anymore, and now I love Michael so much that he he gets kind of a spin-off, if you will. A secret comes back to bite him in the ass, and from there you get this amazing insight into what makes Michael the way he is, and there are flashbacks and there are things that he's endured over the course of his life that has made him into this guy with this hard exterior and soft interior, this hero, if you will, because he's been a hero. He's a hero in both books, and he's managed to do that by just being there. He doesn't intentionally scoop in to save the day. I think that's why he comes across the way he does as such a gentle and caring, dedicated person in a way that even though Liam is the title character in this, he doesn't completely steal the show away from Michael nor Jada. But I think when writing characters, it's always important to visualize them, and I've managed to do that by looking at celebrities as my physical inspiration for each character. I looked at Eddie Cibrian as Michael because Eddie Cibrian has this smile, and if anyone knows anything about Eddie Cibrian's history, they know that he's less than honest guy, and that's not really what Michael is, but it's something about the way his eyes and his smile light up that lets you know that there's more to the story than what's been told. And for Liam, I looked at Gabriel Aubrey. Most people know him as Halle Berry's baby's daddy, but he's a model, and he's it's something very gentle about him. I don't know how to pinpoint it because I don't personally know him, but I look at him and I always see that there's something gentle about him, and I think that's a lot like Liam. And I think Jada is a collection of celebrity females that I love and admire, like Tia and Tamira Mari. I love them, and I think that not just their physical appearance, but also like their candor, their their love for one another, their love for their friends, their family, their children. It's they created a character I can really like. They've created characteristics of a character that anybody can fall in love with, and I think that's the one part I do get right. I'm not sure how my whole novel will read, but I feel like the characters come across as whole and complete, and that you don't get that wholeness, you don't get that completeness until the very end. And in Michael's case, you won't get that wholeness until you're able to read more about him in Secrets Kept and learn about the secrets that have changed his life and the wounds that he's worked to heal over time. And I think that I will leave off there and we'll pick up on next week and we'll talk more about building a storyline. So I hope that you'll tune in next Tuesday. Thank you.